Welcome back, folks. I'm MTG Joe, and today we're going to be playing some ranked constructed, full standard, not any rotation decks. So just trying to rank up a bit in terms of the season. So I'm playing a Golos Field of the Dead deck. So the deck itself, original credit is to Ali Eldrazi. This particular list is a little bit more refined or just a little bit more updated. It's the Autumn Burchett version that they were playing. So they got up to Mythic 1 a couple times with it, and I've been having a blast playing it. It's really powerful, and you get to the point where if you untap with Golos, you can pretty much take all the turns and then just beat down with zombies. You can win games out of nowhere sometimes just by comboing off. So the deck itself is a traditional kind of Field of the Dead deck. You're looking to get ahead in terms of ramp with a package of Growth Spiral, Elvish Rejuvenator, and Circuitous Route. So from here you want to put together a set of 7 unique lands, including Field of the Dead, to start triggering the zombies. Golos can allow you to go and get the Field of the Dead, or in a certain case hit either the missing red or black mana to activate its ability. From there, pretty much everything in the deck is banned in colors, so blue, white, and green. The red and black splashes in the deck are primarily to just activate Golos and for 1 Unmoored Ego in the sideboard. From there, basically what you're trying to do is use Teferi's Disruption, play a Golos, untap with it, cast its or trigger its ability, try to get some number of Nexus of Fates, which you could cast for free, take some extra turns. Drawn from Dreams digs you further. Time Wipe can bounce your own Golos to reset it to get another land. You're basically just creating an army of zombies that get extra turns to keep attacking into your opponent. The deck itself has a number of lands, so it's like most field decks, you're paying a bunch of 1-of lands or 2-ofs. So pretty much everything from Guildgates to tap lands to scry lands, still coming with the mix. Basically the utility land in this particular build is Arch of Araska, and then you have Field of the Dead to trigger the zombie lands. Sideboard wise, it's a Boreal Grazer versus the more aggressive matchups where you need to get ahead on lands, so you need to be a little bit quicker. It's also an 0-3 to block pretty well. Veil versus Grixis or Esper. I haven't been a super huge fan of Veil, so I might actually go with something like Ixalan's Binding instead, but we'll see. We have Baffling End versus the aggressive matchups, vampires, stuff like that. We need a couple turns to set up, so this is a good tempo play. Devout Decree versus vampires, or like Rakdos, anything like that. Deputy versus the Mirror, or kind of when we need to pick off creatures. Ego versus the combo decks, Kethis, stuff like that. Time Wipe for some more creature-based matchups. Agent for either mid-range mirrors, field mirrors. I like bringing it in against Esper. I've taken like a big Teferi a couple times and popped off the ultimate. And Palaka Worm versus the aggressive matchups as well. And sometimes when I know they're bringing Unmoored Ego, I bring in Palaka Worm as an alternative win condition. It's a 7 mana, 7/7 with trample, so it's a big body if they don't have a count for it. Other than that, that's pretty much the list. The only matchup I've had a little bit of issue with is Kethis combo. But other than that, I've pretty much been able to beat every deck in the format. So we're currently at Platinum 3. We'll come back with some more play standard events. I just want to play some of this for now. So let me know in the comments too. I know I posted on Aether Hub a bunch of different decks that we've played over the channel for rotation proof, but if there's anything else, I know someone made a comment about a big red like Chandra tribal deck. From Aether Hub, so that looks like something pretty cool. I'm going to try that out to some extent, but we'll look to play a couple more as we come up. There's been a bunch of cool spoilers that came out too, so once we get a little bit more, I'll start posting some new standard deck lists. So I'm going to keep this hand. We can Guildgate into Overgrown Tomb and then Growth Spiral to try to get a turn 3 root. So usually if you can cast Growth Spiral on 2, you keep that hand. Yeah, so here we'll have Root. Breeding Pool is a little too early to see what we're playing against right now. Okay, so it's Parent Ramp. This matchup's sometimes a little difficult if they get a quick Nisa out. Oh, that comes into play. Oh, we don't have the land. Ew, that's ugly. So we'll pass the turn. I'm going to grow Spiral for the Izzet Guildgate. So we need to do this now. So here, I'm probably going to get a breeding pool off the first Golos. Ooh, we could tempo them that way, try to draw land, but I think we just need to go. They're going to get Nissa down, and they could bounce with Teferi, but we'll start getting the zombies. We can also root that way to just hit our lands. That puts us a little bit further ahead. Let's go root, because root will turn on our zombies and we can double block a Nissa. So I'm going to go Simic Guildgate, and got quite a bit of white, so don't want the second black. Nah, let's just go Selesnya here. I usually like to forget the guild gates because those will always come into play tapped. At least the basics come into play untapped the turn they come down.
Let's try this.
So they did waste one of their Teferis. We'll take the 3 damage here. And then like this, I can get a second Field of the Dead with Golos. They didn't get a super quick Nissa, which is good. So let's get Field here. And then I'm gonna bounce the... I'm gonna bounce the breeding pool so they don't get 2 lands that way.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
That also takes them off a forest.
There goes nothing.
And it makes it so they only have 3 creatures, not 4. So next turn we can untap with Golos. Yeah. So pretty much win there. We could have gone nuts with it. So this is a matchup where like Agent's really good as a mirror breaker. So you got Deputy versus the lands. I like Time Wipes and Agents. Palaka Worm's interesting. Hydro Crisis isn't bad. Teferi's not that good in this matchup, I find. You can reset them on like their creatures, but usually you want to be a little bit more aggressive. Usually cut down a root. And could probably... I feel like we need the Nexus in case they get their quick hands. I like the board wipes against them. Golos is really good. Probably a Field from Drawn from Dreams. I like the early ramp. Hydroid Crisis can help us get a little bit further ahead, but also it can fly over their ground blockers, which is important. At least on the draw, we want to be a little bit more reactive. Teferi will come down a little too late. Because like if they have Risen Reef or Cavalier, they get the same ETB effect. Like we're able to bounce the land there, but it wasn't the best. His hand's a little slow, but I think we try it. Time Wipe can let us catch up. Okay, so that's good. That's our untapped land that we need for turn 3 Rejuvenator. And then that should set us up to root the following turn. So we have the Overgrown, so I'm fine there. We can go here. They also kept a 1-lander. So here we're just going to shock in, play the elf. Oh, did we just get all 4 Golos? Okay, so they do have the Nissa. It's a pretty quick start. I think here we just block because I'm going to go Time Wipe. Alright, do we wait a turn? Yeah, 4 Golos is kind of rough. So I think we take a turn of beats, get them to commit a little bit more to the board. This also shuffles our library, so we can hopefully draw Golos. But I could Nexus of Fate next turn, take an extra turn, get an extra land drop, and then time wipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. We can go 8. Not enough for Growth Spiral.
Behold,
and the Fate.
Nature's true power.
Opponent's playing a little conservative. They go Krasis, a mini Krasis. Can go Deputy as a catch-up after. Get a free draw out of it. I also like the Nexus of the Fates in the library as opposed to out. Because it's more for us to hit with Golos after. And when we have the lands, it's free land drops. So this would have been better if we had one more land for these growth spirals. What's the opponent doing? Okay, so here we'll time wipe and then Deputy of Detention to Nisa. Yeah, going infinite with no threat. Okay, so they have the Veil. That's pretty good for them. So we can reset with Deputy.
The land fights for us.
What are they doing mana-wise here? Yeah, this deck's really sweet. It's like a fun way to use Nexus, because it's like you're playing a combat deck as opposed to just like, I'm going to take a turn, I'm going to take a turn. Usually you have zombies to kind of poke. It's just we've hit a lot of lands without hitting... Are they going to double up? Okay. So I'm just going to do this. No attacks. Okay, sweet. Now we got Golos. We get Field of the Dead. And we'll just pass the turn. We don't have a play on one anyways, so we'll just Growth Spiral to try to surprise block them. We do need to be conscientious of the damage from this. We are a little bit behind just in terms of damage. We didn't have an early... Okay, let's see what they go with this. It's a little rough.
The land shall conquer you.
Oh, interesting. They protect themselves. Get another zombie. Okay, so we can go... I'm gonna go Growth Spiral first, just in case we get a Nexus. Higher chance of hitting a land. Okay, so we get another Root. So we run out of basics. This Root now does nothing. No attacks. So they could Nisa Ultimate, give their lands indestructible. Which isn't a huge issue. Hydroid Krasis would be good. Another Voracious Hydra would be good.
When the land speaks, I shall listen.
If they go Ultimate. Oh, they might have another Nisa in hand. You float the mana and then go from there. Time Wipe would be good. Time Wipe's really good for us because we can bounce, get Golos back, and then Deputy the Nisa.
Rise, my elemental friend.
But that Veil of Autumn is really timely from them. Rejuvenator is not what we want. I don't understand why the opponent's not attacking, to be honest. Just pass turn. I got Teferi. They could bounce the Deputy.
Behold, nature's true power.
I've got time.
Why wouldn't they just bounce the deputy and then exile our board and then attack in? Because I can't cast the Nexus when they have Teferi down anyways. Weird decisions all around. Opponent could have won a couple times over. Show me time wipe. Come on, time wipe. Okay, so they're finally attacking. So let's throw in some double blocks. Actually, let's get rid of the forests. I'm keeping the deputy alive because with time wipe it allows us to bounce it back and reset it. Oh, these are indestructible. I'm an idiot. I forgot about the Nisa ultimate. Okay, so we got Nexus. Buys us a turn. Oh, no attacks. Okay, so we're dead here. A little rough. They had the good time, the Veil of Autumn. If we would have gotten rid of Nisa, we would have been okay there. Probably scale down a root. And then Baffling End's not bad versus the Hydroid Crisis. Probably play a couple of those. And then go down a Growth Spiral. They got Golos, we got the field, got the agents. I don't know if I want Deputy. Deputy's still good. Hydroid Crisis is fine. Go like that. This is a good way of dealing with the early stuff. We'll try it out. Usually this matchup's whoever ramps faster. I'll keep this hand. Gonna go Temple first because I want to scry into a way to play an untapped land. Glacial is not what we want, so you want to make sure you have different lands at first. Okay, so that also doesn't play, but we can play... Thornwater always comes into play untapped. Yeah, let's just go like that. Go Force next turn, play the Rejuvenator.
This isn't a fight. Oh, I've done.
Agent's pretty nice. We can also go Root next turn. And that opens up Hallowed Fountain. It's just when Nisa comes down. If we could control Nisa, it makes our matchup a lot better.
Might be a bad idea.
Oh, Deputy's pretty nice here. I still think we just go Root. If they waste a negate, it's fine. I'd rather they negate than something else. This line does... They take him off of mana. Okay, they don't have Nisa, which is nice.
Don't worry, I got this.
So I'm just going to do this for a land, and then we can Growth Spiral. So I want a untapped land. So that'll come into play untapped, and probably another Drawn from Dreams or Nexus. Let's go Drawn here. So the thing is, we do need to Growth Spiral. Okay, so we got Golos, so I kind of regret not getting Drawn here. Nisa. Big Hydroid. X4.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
I think I want to get Golos going. And then that sets up Agent for next turn. We can steal the Hydroid Crisis. So we are missing red mana. But we can get rid of the Hydroid Crisis. Hopefully dodge a Nisa. Actually, I don't mind if they play Nisa now. I'll steal it. Cool. Took him out. So we didn't get to go off with Golos yet, but you see like the redundancy of the deck. Up to Platinum Tier 2. Level up. I ended up doing the Mastery Tree. It wasn't too bad. It paid off like a lot of gems, and I got a bunch of packs and a bunch of wild cards. So it was like 3,400 gems, and I got back like 2,200, plus a bunch of like 40 gems for all the cards that we got duplicate protection. Gotta save up all those coins for the new set. The troll, that black troll, seems really cool. The one that makes the goats. It's like 8/8, 5 mana, 8/8 trample haste, but gives them 3 0/1s that an opponent could sack a creature. I wonder if this is oh, what's his name? Brad Nelson. Oh, this hand's terrible. This hand's also terrible. I think we gotta go to 5. Okay, we'll keep this hand. Put 2 back. We'll try that. It's really bad. I don't know if it's good. It's fun, if that counts. So if we guessed right if we're against control. So I just want to set up my draw. I don't want more lands. I want some sort of action. Yeah, it seems fun. I'm gonna try it for sure, the troll. Like that with any sort of kind of creature style deck. Yeah, Once Upon a Time looks sweet. Like even in elementals or stuff like that, any deck that you don't play much on turn 1. Okay, opponent's on Esper. Do you have Esper Charm? Or, yeah, they don't have Veto. So get the black source here. Get the... Got another white. Just go... Azorius Guildgate. Any type of free spell, like Oath and Nisa, it's the same effect as that, and that saw a lot of play in Standard.
I am not going to skip to
If you have this for free, it seems good. So here... Let's just go Guildgate here, get a zombie. I'm just gonna go... So the question here is we can take another Field of the Dead and then just overwhelm them with zombies, or I can go the card advantage route and go Arch of Araska. I think against Esper I just like the redundancy of a lot of creatures. So if they don't have a removal for Golos, well, they do at the very least with Teferi.
no time for a break.
They're going there. They might be digging. Let's see if they have a Kaya's Wrath. Cool. You got nothing. I just want to see if this is Brad Nelson. I don't know. I think it's like Freak, which would be cool if it is. So they have the Othakaya. So let's go here. They're going to need multiple oaths to kind of clean up the board. Get another land. This deck really rebuilds quickly. So like Scapeshift can have the all-in turn. But this game here, like we just shown, you can consistently rebuild. So they got Narset.
My prowess is unmatched with thoughtfulness before action.
I got another big Teferi. Othakaya, or Kaya's Wrath. Okay, I got Bellhaunt. That's fine. So that's 10 damage, that's 8 damage. They block 1, it's 6. So I need one more into Teferi. We'll see what they... There is, like any board wipe, there's Legion's End. I have played some of... So I have a Golos version of this deck, but it's more gates based for post-rotation. So I still think field decks will be a thing.
Hone your prowess.
I really wish I took the Arch there. Would have given us the card draw. But the opponent does need another Rat. They hit it. That sucks. So they'll attack in here. See if they get greedy. What do you name? Golos? Nexus of Fate. Okay. So we're not going to be able to loop on that one. Some of these Esper decks now have been playing one of on Mordigo on the main board. Let's see what they come up with. Yeah, so there's kind of like no dead draws. Like we'd obviously like, oh, Hydrate Krasis is great. So opponent's gonna take the damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So X10, they do get the board wipe, but it just refills their hand. And this makes them have to answer. We got Golos too, so that can give us some free value.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
I can't find if this is Brad Nelson. So they get to recycle their dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get Golos. Get the last field. Yeah, got him. Because then we just kind of use Golos' ability each time. So in this matchup, I usually like bringing this in to name Teferi. The agents are good. Palaka's a different win condition. And the Veil of Summers. Coming out, I usually take out one root. Both the Time Wipes. Drawn from Dreams is good. And then Krasis is good. Golos is fine. They're going to name the Nexus. So we can probably go down one Golos because it gets a little bit worse with Nexus. And we can go down a Root. It's not as good. This is card advantage. These games are longer, so I don't feel as bad about going like long. But this is kind of one of the matchups I felt like I've wanted a clean answer to a big Teferi. We don't really have it. And like the games I've lost against Esper, they've managed to pull off the ultimate. So I'm going to keep this hand. So the important thing against post board, when they have the ego, is you want to try to get Field of Dead down as early as possible. So in this matchup here, because I have the growth spiral, I'm willing to play it on 2. Okay, so they thought erasure. There's a couple good choices here. They can either stall us on early ramp or take one of our bombs. Hydroid Crisis helps in the Mirror Breaker, and then Agent helps to steal their win conditions. So here they go growth spiral to slow us down, which is fine. I'll get Field down now. If they choose now with an Unmoored Ego to name Nexus of Fate, we get a card draw out of it. A little awkward, we can't drop the Teferi next turn. I think they did mulligan to 6 as well. Okay, so we drew backup Agent. So his hand has been a lot slower. Here I like just getting ahead on mana. I don't care if they kill the elf. I need... So we have double blue, let's go double green. We have Narset. So Narset makes our Teferi a little worse.
I have just the trick for this.
So here, what I'm actually gonna do
Contain your rage.
is Teferi, bounce the elf, cast the elf.
I know my responsibility.
Took him out. Yeah. So that's how the deck kind of goes. It's a quick way to take them out in that case. So I'm going to do a quick random deck as we go on. Or here, actually, we can... This is the rotation version of the deck. I just need to tweak one thing. I forgot that... So get out Blossoming Sands and Blast Zone. And I need Gate. I forgot for the Golos ability. So I ended up mistakenly taking out the stuff. So we need the Gruul Guildgate and probably the Simic Guild, or not the Simic. The Izzet. Then get rid of the deputies in the main and Blade Drawn from Dreams. A couple of these. And then this one has Yark to double trigger. And then Angel gains you a bunch of life. So you're using a Boreal Grazer as early ramp, Risen Reef, Growth Spiral. Then you have Teferis on the top end. I don't know why I have this few Golos. So we'll run it like that. So you're basically trying to win through... Actually, cut down a Krasis in this matchup. It's not as good. And... probably just play another Drawn from Dreams. Just keeps giving us the value. So it's not... This one's not as refined. So we're going to play the Play Standard event. So I have one win from last night, so we'll try to get to 200 XP. So this one I still got to play through. So you can't go infinite with all the Nexus of Fate, so I'm trying to find what's the best payoff for Golos. You usually don't want to flip too many Hydroid Crisis off Golos. So I don't know if it's Yark, if we should be playing Cavalier of Thorns instead, just as like a value recycle effect. So that's something we'll see. Have you, as chat, played the event at all? The It's been a lot of mono red. That's why I've been playing the Angels. It just gains you a bunch of life. I'll keep this hand. So the nice thing is we grow the Growth Spiral, Dimir Control. What was your win condition? Was it Kefnet and Cavalier, or did you play Planeswalkers? Switched. So we're gonna lead with the Selesnya. Yeah, Cavalcade's really good right now. This looks like a very slow Esper deck. So hopefully hit a land here. Hey, so that turns on the Circuitous route for us, and then Golos can find us the land. Kefnet and Cavalier, yeah. I really like those mixer threats. I wonder what they gotta take Golos, I'd imagine. It's our action spell. Out of curiosity, Quantum, do you see the chat show up on the stream window? I have to play around with that if you're not seeing it. So here I want a red source. And no? Okay, so I'll play around with that to get it going. Got double white. I got the black in hand, so we're fine there. So we'll just go another Simic Guildgate. Just go like that. I gotta play around with the settings, like between the overlay and everything. Just spend some time working on that. Ooh, that one hurts. Lose a couple cards. We'll discard this. So this looks like some sort of Esper control deck from our opponent. So I'm gonna go Drawn from Dreams first. Okay, so we got Golos. And probably just get Risen Reef value here. We got Golos for next turn. This will give us some card advantage too. And we will keep a Field of the Dead. And that gains us 3 lives. So it's nice with Plaza Harmonies too, because in a pinch you can search them with Golos and gain some life. So opponents, this was our turn 5. We have 10 lands. Opponents got 5 lands. And they did Thought Erasure S twice as well.
Keep an open mind.
Okay, so they have Kaya's Wrath, so I'm not gonna drop Golos this turn, I don't think. Just take Narset off. Interesting.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
So I got another field, and I think we just go Risen Reef. We'll just refill our hand. So I'm gonna go Field of the Dead first, get those line draw, and then either it puts us ahead on lands. Yeah, it was a free block, especially if they're planning on just playing out. I'm gonna take another land to hand if that... Okay. So we'll just end the turn. Like, they're priced into Growth Spiraling, so you could have taken out a Risen Reef. They gave us an extra card draw out of it. That's fine. In retrospect, I should have kept the land, because we did have a Growth Spiral. It would have given us something to play. Okay, we got it anyway, so we're fine. Oh, and we get another Growth Spiral. And another land. So milling out is a thing in this deck now. Jeez, and another Field of the Dead. Okay, so let me... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Golos. Get Field of the Dead. Play Golos. Play a Boreal Grazer. So it was a really bad Golos flip, but we still get a ton of zombies. And we still have a land drop for turn, so let's gain 3 life, get in more zombies. So this is the refrain deck that I haven't tuned yet, so like I love Golos, it's so good. Cool, you have a Teferi, what are you gonna bounce?
I am not going to sit this one out.
You got
Trust
a
me,
Otha
I have a
Kaya?
plan.
You don't. So see what they got. Ooh, instant speed cry. That's cool. Still hit him for 1. So here, let's Golos. So let's play the gate. Let's play the angel. We gain 14 life. Do we have enough to... Let's activate her, him, her. We got Yark. It's all free. Alright. You got Othakaya? We're at 20 cards in library. Probably should have held the land, to be honest. Just in case of a board wipe. They drawn from dreams. They're 2 land. Well, they could have a Cryocarnarium. Keeps them alive. But they need to do land and get Cry. Cool, cool, cool. So, this is the rotation version. If you'd like, in the video description, I'll post this deck list as well. So you can see, keep in mind, like I said, this one is the one I'm refining, so I have a sideboard for it as well. And this is the best. All I want is rare wildcards for the new set. Stockpile on those. But yeah, I'll get that up. So I'm going to wrap it up now. Got a couple games in. 2 regular Golos Field and 1 on the Play Standard event. So I'll have this uploaded tomorrow, Wednesday, on YouTube. Thanks for those tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your night.